Have you ever noticed how some of the biggest DJI announcements don't happen during launch events?
They don't happen in flashy trailers, official teasers, or keynote presentations. Instead, they quietly appear inside software updates. A new menu option shows up, a hidden setting appears, a compatibility change slips into the app. Most people ignore it and move on, but every now and then those small updates end up revealing far more than DJI intended. And that's exactly why creators have been paying attention to the latest DJI Fly app update. At first glance, this update looks fairly routine. The kind of update most users install without reading the changelog. A few performance improvements here, some bug fixes there, maybe a couple of stability enhancements. Nothing particularly exciting, but when users started digging deeper into the update, something interesting began to emerge. New settings, new references, and subtle changes that have reignited one of the biggest questions in the DJI community right now. What exactly is DJI planning for the Mini 5 Pro, and where does that leave the Air 3S heading into 2026? The reason this conversation has exploded recently is because the Mini series has evolved far beyond what anyone expected. Remember when the Mini lineup was simply DJI's lightweight beginner option? The drone you bought because it was affordable, compact, and easy to travel with? Those days are long gone. Every new generation has pushed the Mini series closer to professional territory. Better cameras, better obstacle avoidance, better flight performance, better intelligent features. At this point, the gap between DJI's compact drones and its more advanced models is smaller than ever before. That's why the Mini 5 Pro has become such an intriguing product. Even before its official launch, expectations are already sky high. Creators aren't asking whether it will be good, they're asking how good it can become before it starts overlapping with drones higher up in DJI's own lineup. And that's where the Air 3S enters the conversation. The Air series has traditionally occupied a sweet spot in DJI's ecosystem. It offers more power, more camera flexibility, longer flight capabilities, and additional professional features without moving all the way into flagship territory. For years, that positioning made perfect sense. If you wanted something small and simple, you bought a Mini. If you wanted more serious capabilities, you stepped up to an Air model. The distinction was clear. Today, however, things are becoming much more complicated. Recent DJI Fly app discovery suggests that DJI continues to push advanced functionality deeper into its compact products. While not every new setting automatically confirms future hardware features, DJI's software updates have historically provided clues about where the company is heading. And if these clues are accurate, the Mini 5 Pro could end up becoming one of the most capable sub-250-gram drones DJI has ever produced. That creates an interesting problem for DJI. The better the Mini series becomes, the harder it becomes to justify moving up to larger and more expensive models. This is a challenge many technology companies face. Every product needs to improve, but it can't improve so much that it undermines the products above it. Finding that balance becomes increasingly difficult as technology advances. When people compare the Mini 5 Pro and Air 3S, most discussions immediately focus on specifications.
Camera sensors, flight times, range, obstacle avoidance, processing power, but I think that's actually the wrong way to look at it.
The more important question is how these drones fit into different creator workflows. Imagine you're a travel creator constantly moving between locations. Weight matters, portability matters, simplicity matters, every gram in your backpack matters. For that creator, a highly capable Mini 5 Pro could be incredibly attractive. The ability to carry professional level features in a lightweight package changes everything. It means fewer compromises while traveling. It means less equipment to manage. It means more opportunities to capture content without feeling weighed down by gear. Now imagine a different creator, someone shooting commercial projects, client work, real estate footage, or cinematic productions on a regular basis. For them, the Air 3S offers advantages that go beyond specifications on a comparison chart. Larger hardware platforms often provide more flexibility, greater confidence in challenging conditions, and expanded creative options. In professional environments, reliability and versatility can be just as important as raw image quality. This is why I don't think the battle between the Mini 5 Pro and Air 3S will be decided by a single feature. It will be decided by priorities. Some creators value portability above everything else. Others prioritize flexibility. Some want the smallest drone possible. Others want the most capable tool. Both approaches are valid. What's particularly fascinating about this latest DJI Fly update is how it reminds us that software is becoming just as important as hardware. Modern drones aren't simply flying cameras anymore. They're intelligent systems powered by advanced software, AI-driven tracking, and automated flight modes. A drone's capabilities today are often determined as much by firmware and software development as by the hardware itself. That's why every DJI Fly update attracts so much attention. It's not just about bug fixes, it's about understanding DJI's direction. Every new setting, every hidden reference, every subtle change offers a glimpse into what the company might be preparing next. Sometimes those clues turn into major products, sometimes they don't, but they always fuel discussion because DJI has a history of hiding tomorrow's story inside today's software. Looking ahead to 2026, one thing feels increasingly certain. DJI's lineup is becoming more competitive with itself than ever before. The Mini series is stronger, the Air series remains incredibly capable, and creators now have more choices than they've ever had before. That's great news for consumers, but it also raises an important question for DJI. How do you continue improving every product without blurring the lines between them? The answer may ultimately determine the Mini 5 Pro's fate. Will it become the must-have drone of 2026, or will the Air 3S continue to hold its position as the sweet spot in DJI's ecosystem? And honestly, that's why this update matters so much. It may be revealing the future direction of DJI's entire drone lineup. The real question is this: if both drones were sitting on a table in front of you today, which one would fit your style of flying better? Would you choose the lightweight convenience and portability of the Mini 5 Pro, or would you still prefer the extra flexibility and power of the Air 3S?
Because as 2026 approaches, that decision is becoming more difficult than ever.